It's a nice, pretty snowy day out there. So, more goofing around in the barn projects. There's a piece of what's going to be happening today. Going to put the door that's forever been gone on this little tractor. So, when we bought it, it had a door. And we made it all the way back from, it was either Baker or LeGrand where we bought it, and towed it back just fine on a trailer. Took it off at my mom's place to store it for a little bit because we didn't technically sign the papers and all that on this place yet to drop it off here. And when we loaded it up at my mom's and came over here, for whatever reason, when I closed the door, I goofed up essentially, and the little locking jaws have a first click and then a second click where they completely lock. It was on the first click, and driving down the road, door flies open, catches wind, and little strut goes to those bars up there. Anyway, a lot of words to say. Door broke, and we didn't really worry about it for however many years. We bought one, it might have been that first year, a replacement door, and it's been sitting in the spare bedroom, kind of put off putting it on for a while. But anyway, put the little rubber seal back on from the old door. I'm going to put the metal parts that hook it to the hinges and latch and try to get it on there without breaking it and see if we like it with the door or not. It's been really kind of handy not having a door, as silly as that sounds with a cab tractor, because you can just hop right in and out, and people can ride on the step. Probably not the safest necessarily, but handy. Can ride on the step and not worry about the door falling off or anything, because these stinking doors are nothing but glass and a rubber seal, and then the hinges connect there and there with a little bar that goes to the latch over there. Seems like a recipe for breaking, but once they're closed and against the frame, they last just fine. Just probably not real wise to drive around with them open. So anyway, Iris and I are gonna put the door together. First off, handle is tightened down, which I might be silly or crazy or something, but it's really creepy having this tiny piece of rubber is all that's padding between a big piece of steel and tightening to the handle on the other side and not breaking glass. But that's kind of done. I just snugged it up. Don't want to go too tight. Back to the whole, it's a big piece of glass. And the bad news is it looks like we took a little damage to our bracket when the door blew open. So I guess you can see some cracked paint there, or maybe you can see there. And a little bit bowed there. So that sort of stinks. I'm assuming, it's hard to get the camera to where you can see, but that they probably need to be on the same plane. So I don't want to take the whole door up to the other shop because there's not really anywhere soft. No bales up there to work on. That'd probably be the smart thing to do, but I don't want to break it. So, a lot of words to say. I'm going to take the bracket up there and try to make this guy match that guy. And maybe bring him back to, like, twisted that way a little bit, you know. The interesting thing is, if I push down on that, don't know if it's glass bowing or metal twisting, but one way or another, it would actually bolt up. I just don't like that. So we'll go up to the other one, the other barn shop, the one that rains inside, and try to get that a little bit straighter. I guess I should look. Holes look like they're centered enough, so there's a lot of slop in those, luckily. Oh, and then I'm missing one of these, the wonders of storing parts for more than a day or two. 3 years is, or even 2 years, however long it's been, is quite the stretch. So hopefully I can scrounge up the last one of those. But I think those guys, so there's real thin rubber. I guess I can take this apart. There's real thin rubber between the bracket and glass, and then these little shims that's in my hand goes between those and the glass, and these fit in the holes in the glass. And that's my assumption based on looking at it. Yeah, that little guy. Nice tiny piece of rubber shims between the metal and the glass. And then I think this guy appears to sit like that, and he happens to fit over the door hinge. The door hinge has a stud that fits through there. I don't know. Luckily I have another door to look at. I'll show you the doors real quick. I don't know if the door has anything more than these little rubbers. I guess we can look and see if it looks like it would. Yeah. It's just a little bit proud of the metal, so might provide some padding. I wish I knew if there was something that was supposed to go back there. Wait, I'm done. There he is. I haven't taken the rubber off, or the glass off of the rubber yet. Okay, question answered. So yeah, those go in those hinges, I would assume, because otherwise that was really close to metal on glass. And that seems like a bad combination. Oh, different hinges. No, wrong side. So yeah. Methinks there's rubber there. Cool. So I got a plan. Go try to straighten my metal thingy and see what we get. That's how quick a project can be all done. I've got, it's hard to see, sorry. I've got 1, 2 of those inside little rubber jobbies that I was commenting that I might, or that I'm missing one earlier. I have 3 of those, and that guy is missing. I've got the outside, but no inside guy. So I've checked most all the little spots that I collect random parts and haven't found it yet. I gotta check a hidey hole in the house where I pile spare parts, which Randy probably loves, but otherwise we'll see if the local little Mahindra dealer might be able to get one of those. Look online and see if I can get a part number. Otherwise it's painful having them look up parts usually. I got my metal bar within, well, I think it might be as close to perfect as I'll ever get. The little pads sitting flat on the grass, hopefully enough that the rubber will take up what isn't there. Used my redneck vise and a hay fork to straighten it while I was down here. But that's all I can do till I try to scrounge up some, or the missing rubber. One of these things are not like the other. So, if you ever take your door apart and leave it for a long time, don't lose your little rubber guys. All these rubber pieces from Mahindra is $250. So I printed that little guy out of TPU. It's not as squishy as the rubber, but I think fitment wise and everything, it'll be just fine and hopefully work. We will find out here in just 2 minutes. We'll try to slap the door on. So as you've seen, the door is close, but not quite. So the hinge and all the mounting is good. It's just this latch is being a pain. I'll kind of show you what I've been fighting with the latch locked. If you look right in there, you can see the piece that gets moved out of the way when you push the button out there, and we just don't have quite enough travel to get it all the way unlocked. If I pull on that, well, when I actually get enough push on it, if you pull on that, it'll pop loose, but that's not optimal. And I can show you, if you use the little thing that the button pushes on, it's got plenty of travel and let's go. So this button, that I don't know if I showed you, needs to come out further, and what we've been doing is tightening this nut, which tightens the handle, brings this in more. But the scary part is where it's squishing the snot out of the glass, but I would have to assume it's made to do that and tighten up there. And counting threads and just generally looking at that versus I went and took this other side apart, and the other side has plenty of travel, and this side has more handle showing, so and you can kind of see that gasket in there is squished a little more than that other side. And to complete the comparison, yeah, that side's got plenty of travel left. So for tonight, my hands are kind of numb again. And tomorrow I might get a little propane heater on that other door and kind of gently warm it all up and see if maybe that'll make the rubber more pliable and a little less scary to tighten that nut, because it's starting to get where it's pretty snug. I had it kind of loosey-goosey before, but Oh, and then the other most frustrating thing in the world with Mahindra's door handle. Yeah, that's not helpful. This one's gotten a little bit better. It looked like if I twisted it, yeah. So, oops, not sure what's going on there, but the other side's even worse, which is amusing since I lubed the snot out of it. Maybe I need to forcefully twist it as well. Oh, I thought it was gonna work for me. It's a weird combination of that back piece. I should have taken a video of that. It's a hokey, it's a hokey system of like a plastic groove rides in another plastic groove. It's not even a hinge. It's a whole lot of friction, piece of junk. So anyway, that's all for tonight. Really close to being done. I'll probably do what I said and tighten that more, and hopefully we'll get it done without breaking the big sheet of glass. And I think I'll leave that back door open. Technically, I can close this because I don't know if I showed. Now I'm nervous again to close it. Anyway, yeah, we got it to where it'll close all the way and not open. Perfect. Oh, if you try hard enough. But I can go around, and that little plastic thing I showed you inside, pull on it and get it open if need be. But little red tractor has a enclosed cab again. It was also funny sitting in there how quick it fogs up with it cold out here. I think this one's heater actually works. The blue tractor has valves turned off under the hood that makes it a pain, but this doesn't have a thermostat in it, so if you work it hard enough you'll get a tiny bit of heat. Otherwise, no heat. I didn't film the last little bit of the door fixing, but suffice it to say it's all fixed now. Notice it actually opens right up. It was parked up by the other shop when I was moving the hay spears around, and it happened to be a sunny day, so all this nice black glass got nice and warm, and I tightened up was able to tighten up the nut that I was talking about behind there, and that all squished in just fine and gave me the extra travel on the latch to where it works pretty slick now. Missing, I guess I have all those little nut covers up there, the pretty things, but slowly the poor little red tractor's losing some of its nice pretty things. I lost a couple of those. I think I set them on the fender before I drove up there. But otherwise, clean some grease off the window and it'll be good. Thanks for watching.